Evan with Green Thumb Organics here. We're at a potential customer's lawn we're going to refer to as CNFW's lawn. So it's pretty straightforward here. Let me widen out here so we can get a better perspective. So it appears that they've had lawn care on this property before these individuals moved in. They moved in September, and it's pretty weed free. There's a little bit of Bermuda here. They said that it doesn't bother them. So we'll just let it ride. Then over here, just on this corner, I recommended this fall to just go ahead and come in here and take out this little section of nimblewill that's creeping in from the neighbor's yard. I just explained to them how quickly it moves over the years. And we would want to get ahead of that before it becomes a big issue. A few small weeds. There's some chickweed there, some chickweed here. Not many though. Let's see. And then around the side here, it's again just pretty straightforward, a fairly well established tall fescue lawn. We've got a little bit of moss growing here, probably due to these AC units keeping it nice and moist over here. A little bit of an issue here with runoff from it, but it looks like they've addressed it. Maybe some mulch is going on here. It looks like the water pipe's going down in there. Maybe it's diffusing it enough, but we should be able to get that to close up. Like I explained to the customer, if we have something about the size of a dinner plate or smaller, usually we could just get that to close up, like this little hole here. With good fertilization and good growing season, we can usually get those things to close up just fine. Now, in the backyard, it's pretty much the same thing. There's minus the Bermuda and the nimblewill. A little bit of an issue here around the bird feeder, but I'm sure the customer understands that that's just going to be a thing if we have the bird feeders here. Some people just put pavers underneath them so that we don't have to combat this. But either way, we can put some seed in there this fall and fertilize it properly and give the best chance of standing up to all those bird droppings and seeds and things coming down. But it shouldn't be a big issue. It's a very small area. So we go over here into this side of the backyard, and then this corner has got a little bit of issues, but nothing we can't handle. So here we have a little bit of moss again. It's just due to this shading back here from the deck and the house, and it just probably doesn't get dried out that well. But one of the natural products we use has some sulfur in it, and moss does not like sulfur, so we can usually keep the moss in check. Same thing here, moss, a few weeds. And the reason these weeds are so concentrated right here is they're just capitalizing on the opportunity. They've got sunlight, they've got an area to grow. There's not too much grass growing right here, so they're just jumping in there saying, we'll fill that spot for you. So what we would want to do is come in here in the fall and just seed this little area nice and heavily through the moss there, through here, and basically just outcompete it. We'll stun it with the sulfur-based products, but the ultimate answer is to get grass established there so it can just compete for space and light and nutrients and keep these weeds and this moss at bay. Either that, or if the customer likes the moss, you can actually cultivate it. You can keep it wet by running your sprinkler on it. More often, you can even feed it buttermilk. It loves it. Okay, going around to the side here, we're back into fescue, looking pretty good. She had to fill some small holes right here, Mike. You'll see she just had to fill some holes with some soil. There's a couple in the front yard over here, but they're very small, much like that one, and I don't see any reason it won't close up this spring, or at least get really close to it. This side, we're looking at all tall fescue as well, minus this one little spot here. That is Bermuda. So Bermuda does tend to spread, but they said they don't mind it, so we'll go with that. And it looks good in the summer. It's nice and green. Okay, so this is a pretty straightforward project. They've got a really good foundation here. There's not really too much change that needs to happen. We just need to care for it and provide it with the nutrients that it needs to thrive. And we can do that for you. But if you'd like us to do that, we'd love to help out. All right, Evan with Green Thumb, signing out.